when they have the two centre backs that's inside the box. Remember, it's allowed. So now they want to build up the play. So now, we've got tall players, we can win the ball. And then we start playing winning. We win, and we must make sure we win the first ball. You know, that's the first ball. When is the second ball? Of course, I think the first few months it will be difficult for players to understand my philosophy, how I want to play. I can tell you now, even in the third session that we had, they were a bit sluggish in the first one. The second one, there's more pressure. The third one, I put them under more pressure. And I think with pressure and with understanding, the performance has improved. Some players were better than when they've started. So for me, I'm happy for the friendly. It's going to be very difficult for us. But being with them now for, I think, 4 sessions we'll have with them. And Morocco, the girls stay full-time. But that's the beauty of the game. We've got to think out of the box, come up with a plan. You could see even now a tactical session at the end. Some still struggle to understand it. But I think the more we do it with repetition and giving them the confidence that they can do this, I believe we might have a chance. But there's still certain units that is a bit of a concern for me that we need to fix. Every day. Even if you see I bring a flip chart to the field, because this morning we could not do it in the hotel. But in the morning session we'll have video sessions specifically looking at Morocco and how they build up, how they play. I want the girls to see. I've already mentioned what Morocco do, and we put it on the flip charts for they understand. The one team managed to do it, the yellow team. The green team struggled a little bit, but I believe it's a process. They're still shy. I asked them a question. They're all talking amongst others, but they can't tell me about first and second ball. But those are things, I know when they get used to me, I'm going to have a problem keeping them to be quiet, you know what I mean? But for me, it's about pressure. Even if I have to demonstrate, it's all about pressure. There's no space, there's no time. And that is something that I think they will eventually learn. But I must admit, I did put them under pressure. But that's the only way I know we're going to get better. If I look back at the way they've played football, the long ball, and they kick every ball away. I don't know if you heard, but I'm so pressing them on keeping that possession. There's no reason to give the ball away. There's no pressure, you know. So it gives them time to make a decision. So for me, it would be if we can just play a bit more of a game that a football the Ugandans would love to watch, you know. Now I see we're watching, the ball is going. I don't want us to watch that game, you know. I want us to really bring more possession, a bit more flair. We have players here that has flair, but we've got to use them in certain positions, and I believe they, even with the flair, helps to keep the possession, you know. And I can tell you, it will I'll be so happy if I can just see a switch of how they can demand this game. And you can only demand this game when you're in possession of the ball, you know. So that would be a smile on my face if I can just see that. But I still need to do a lot of, I was away for 2 weekends now to go and look at some players. I picked a player from She Corporate, Barbara, and I brought in another player. I was at Makerere University. So weekends and weekouts, we need to build a formidable team. This is only the start, and I can see some players are struggling, some a little bit ahead, and those are ones we need to encourage so that they can do better. And the others was already doing well, we need to push them even further, you know. So that will be, for me, it's about the performance, not always about the results, but the performance, to see these players playing very, very good football, at least for the Ugandans to enjoy. Well, I think if I look at East Africa, West Africa, we play a very physical game. We go to the Kosovo regions, we have more possession football, and that's really what we love doing, the flair. But there's nothing wrong with the physicality. But I would like us to find a balance. As much as I'm physical, I would like still to keep the possession of the ball, you know. But I just feel that it shows me that that is either the coaches, their viewpoint, their philosophy, and in their mind, that is correct. I cannot say that is incorrect. But we would want, if you look at now, teams that keeps possession of the ball, they are world champions today. I mean, Mamelodi Sundowns, they AFL champions. The women just won the club championship. And those are possession-based teams. I'm not saying that we will, in Africa, we will all play like that, because we have different genes and different different structures. And every coach has its own philosophy. But I feel that much more can be done in Africa to empower the coaches, that we just not just playing that long ball. There's more to this beautiful game, you know. And I would like to encourage them. I'm not finding fault on anyone. They all have their own views. But that's how I see the game, and I'm in love with this game, and I want people to really, really enjoy this game. Well, I think Morocco will be a good test. Obviously, they've been to the World Cup. They're far ahead of us. But this is where we really can now test the girls and say, oh, okay, we've tried this. It's not working. I thought she understood it. She didn't understand it. I thought she was a good striker. She couldn't do it. And I thought maybe in the zones, maybe in the units, there's still most probably not enough cohesion. Maybe what we're working on, if they don't understand. So everything that we will doing now, up till we play Morocco, we will be looking for those key principles and objectives in those games. Because we only work on training what we're going to do in the game. And this is a test of character for the players, for the team as a whole. So yes, it's going to be tough, but I believe if we can catch on, maybe just do simple key components for me, then we can most probably get to a draw, maybe a 1-0. But they have very good technical players. I watch their games over and over. I watched both the games against Zambia where they lost 6-2, 2-0. They've got technically good players. Players can pass, players that can see the space, players have the intelligence on the ball. The midfield is strong. And now with we're playing against the World Cup champion coach, Wilder. He's been appointed. So I'm expecting a Spanish flair coming this way. So we're trying everything. Yes, we have a few days, but I'm looking that it will be positive. Thank you. And they have the two center backs that's inside the box. Remember, it's allowed. Yes. So now they want to build up the play. So now we've got tall players, we can win the ball. And then we start playing winning. We win, and we must make sure we win the first ball. You know, that's the first ball. When is the second ball?
It's the first time. Yeah, we're trying out new things and we are adjusting. First of all, we are starting with a basic, and that is the way we play football. We having stages that you're going through. Probably, I think, by the time we are playing Morocco, everything is going to be set. Yeah. I don't have much to say about it because I've never faced it personally. But every team that comes has something different that they are playing, which we have to take on at that very time. But I think there are some players who played it and they talked to us about the different ways of play of Morocco, yeah, and we're working towards that. What I've seen as a player is pressing, and that is the very basic of football, because strikers tend to leave the work to the defenders and they think that we have to do that for them. When we do it as a team, that is the best way of playing. So it's what the coach is coming up with, and it's very fantastic.